Hey everyone, this is Tracy with Color Me This. Today is episode 445. It is the month of June in review. It was kind of a mixed up month because toward the end of the month there I ended up getting some new tech kind of spontaneously, and as a result I've had to figure out a new process for doing the video editing portion of the channel. I have made some progress and now I'm ready to have like a workflow test, but I didn't want to color and have something be so drastically wrong with the video, because once I've colored the image it's done. So this monthly review is perfect, and I pretty much finished nothing in June coloring wise. I have 4 WIPs that I'm progressed with. I did a little swatching for the month, and my channel, because we'll just do that since I'm on that page, still did grow. A good month. Actually, the last couple months have been pretty good. I'm up to 1,663 subscribers. Thank you everybody for your support. I love seeing the channel grow, even when it's not like I color every day anymore, so things feel a little different, and so I appreciate the support. And as I grow, I know that my content, shifts depending on where my interests lie, which we're going to talk about a new interest of mine. It's kind of, I would call it a new old interest. And I even have an example of something that I did when we first moved to this house that basically rekindled these old skills. So first, let's go through what I did work on last month. We know that I am working on the Fragile World. I am going to go back through the first weeks of June. I did some, so I am seeing that I've did a flip through. Rita Berman. I did order her. She has a Hidden Seasons is coming out in August, and I did want to declare that in the end of May I did order that, but I received Hidden Oceans and did the walkthrough last month with you guys. I did in June on the 10th, so that episode is up if you want to see it. And then I finally got to work on Fragile World, which is it's like a big project for me. I'm not a big project colorist. You've seen my animal portraits. Everything is very small, so this has been a lot of fun to dig into. I think I've got 4 episodes into it, and as soon as the tech update where I had to get a new phone happened, I knew that I was going to have to pause. I won't be getting back to this until I know that my coloring will be properly filmed. So ironically, we're working on the image that's on the cover. If you haven't seen it, you can go back and watch all of the episodes. I'm coloring it in real time with you guys, walking through my process. I am doing Prismacolors as well as Languo fine point gel pens. On my Tuesday class, we have been working through, we take our time. I have this group and we get together twice a month on Tuesdays, and the first hour is usually some sort of a learning time where I do a lesson, and that's after we all share. Everybody shares what they've done in the 2 weeks, if they've got any new supplies, and if I've got any new supplies or new books or anything fun like that, I share. So we have show and tell first, then we do a lesson of some variety, and then we work on this page. This is kind of a take our time. We pick out colors together. You can see we just got started on this particular flower here, or these 2 flowers. We did finish the blue flower. That's what we did this week. I think we're on our third. That was our 3rd session. And then I did metals. We actually took, this is my little diagram for card making. It's the level that I share with card making people on how to do metals using alcohol markers. This is a very old diagram using Copic alcohol markers. And so I printed out a blank version, got rid of all the references to the Copics, and this is our work replicating each of these colored pails doing the metallics using prangs. So we did that during the month. What else did we do during the month? This one I finished. I already showed you that I finished. I think I might have done another ticket at some point, but maybe not. We are going to do more with our frogs. We'll have to get back to the frogs. I usually keep for the Tuesday group stuff that we have so that we can go back to, like things if we don't finish in a class. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to go back the next class and work on it. So the frogs we worked on, that was actually a specific request somebody had. And then Wednesday is kind of like a catch-all day. I have my friend Dawn. We get together, and if it's the summertime, so this is the off time. She works during the day, so this class is kind of for her, though some people do come to it. And this particular one, nobody else came, so she invited me to her house, and we visited, and I colored this teapot and the pear house. It is my goal. All of these backgrounds have been done for a while now. And, oh, we have Lucky. Hey, Lucky. He's awake. He's like, what are you doing, Mom? And so my goal is to get this page finished. Backgrounds have been done for a while. And then in my stash for Wednesdays, we both absolutely love this page. So one of these days, we're going to get our fine liners and do delicate work because it's so dainty. And then we also have this one. So these are our in the queue colorings to work on together. Here is the Fragile World original that I am working on. And this is be interesting to get up, zoom in close here and see how the camera works. I don't even have, I could turn on the flash. It's daytime, so we don't really need it, but settings are all very different in this new phone. Quite a bit newer. So I'm working on the gel pen work, and we will resume as soon as I get my camera figured out. Here is gel pen work mock-up, where I was working on a copy, and there was no color bleed of the Prismas. I kind of like, between the two, I like the soft color bleed that's happening. I might have to go back in with some really dark to make sure that I have, so like the dark Langlo fine point. Remember, I have 168 of these. So the cool thing for me, after using pencils extensively, I have like a set of very dainty pens in all sorts of colors so that I can really get in there. And I really love how the kind of the lettuce leaf formations over here came out. Very cool. So I'm enjoying this project a lot. I'm taking my time, and I will be getting back to it. I'm sure I will finish it this month. This one just has, I think it has 2 more. This is one of my favorites. So this has my 3 favorite images. I did actually swatch. This is my swatching book. The only thing I managed to get done that's not even logged in the book, I need to do the polys. I need to add my acrylic markers. I did finish the swatches for the 24 set, and I'll add that to this, but I have more to share on that whole front. In fact, it looks like we're going to talk about that. So I've shared all my WIPs. I shared my swatching. Now we're going to talk about kind of my new endeavor. It just happened spontaneously. Out of the blue, Langlo must have seen that I have done videos with their fine point markers. They offered to send me some acrylic markers, the brush style. I said, sure, that'd be great. The reason why that is interesting to me is back in the day, before I ever hit the road in an RV and I gave up anything wet medium, I did do painting. I was never really very good at it. I mostly did watercolor, and I never mastered acrylic painting at all. So then when I moved here to this community, I signed up for a painting class. So this painting class happens in their restaurant. They have like a a room, a big room that can hold a ton of people. And there's a bunch of people. We're all given an easel that's a desktop easel. This particular 9x12 cheap, canvas, a paper plate, and like two or three brushes. We only had 2 hours. The paints all look like this. I think it even might have been, it's whatever the cheapest brand is at Walmart. And they walk around and they put blobs of paint on your styrofoam paper plate, and you have to use that to mix your colors. Definitely I can tell looking at this compared to like with a person next to me and how they did it, that I had way more experience in the art world and painting. But in 2 hours, all I did was get really stressed out because, as you guys know, if you followed me, I am very slow and I don't like to go fast. To me, this is my relaxation time when I paint and I draw and color and craft. So I'm very, very slow. Maybe not the slowest, but definitely very slow. So this particular project I brought home. I got out I have a set of 12 a 12 set from the cheapest that you get from Walmart, as well as some metallics, which I didn't use these metallics. And I got my brushes out and I spent my time cleaning this up, and it's way better than it was. Then I took, to finish it off, my original sets of gel pens, which I owned 2, and we're going to talk about those. We're going to lead right into those. Here they all are. What's left of them, that is. And I'll show you what I mean by that. And I took the brown. Actually, is it bronze? So you'll see gold. And that's just brown. Gold and brown. And I added the little accents. And I think it came out really nice. And I really enjoyed this a lot. But I really think that I would like to try my hand at painting, pseudo painting, with good markers. And so when I had those 24, and I will share with you the coloring that I did. Here's the linguos, and there's my swatches. And then I colored with you guys in the book here, the weekly planner. I colored the top image with the linguos, which are a rattle with a ball style. So you have to rattle. You don't have to press to get it started, but you do have to mix the paint, and the paint is really thick. Then I used the Sharpie creative markers, which I have a dozen of. Then from there, what I have to work with is just 2 other sets that I got off of Amazon 4 years ago. This style, which the brown leaked all over, so I got my money back. And you can see it's all separated. I don't even know if this gold, I don't think this gold works. And then I really like the Artiste Rose, especially the white. So I do use these, but I've had them. They're all over 3 years old. And here is what my attempts at painting the last fish. So this is my mock-up, and it was so painful, you guys. I just could not believe. I'm even going to turn on the ring light here, because then you can see, hopefully, the glossiness. I mean, it was so painful. And look at all of my here's the gold. That is this gold. Dual tip. Oh, here's the other thing. Rookie mistake. I have a bullet. It's like a dotting for rock painting. Okay, I can't get this off. Look how big that is. So that was my first set. I did better on my second set. The Artiste Rose. That's what the size is, and there are 12 of those. But most of them now are dried out. And like, here's me trying to get the blue to work, just enough to color the fish. And I'm like, there is no way. And look at that gloss. So, out of sheer frustration, I started searching for, I even emailed Languo and asked them, because I noticed they had a 60 set like this style and a bigger set of like 126, but both of them are the rattly kind. You have a ball, you have to shake them up. So I started then from there watching videos, and I fell in love with a particular artist, which is what usually happens to me. Chris Cheng is an artist that way back in the beginning with animal portraits, the fact that she could color a coloring page like she colored it was just like amazing to me. So Black Aneri, Aneri, is an artist, and she is able to take a brush, a delicate brush with water, and she has recently taken acrylic markers, smaller sets, but I think she's up to doing some bigger sets, and I watched her color and paint with them with a brush. So she uses the brush marker to lay the paint down, and then she will dilute it if she needs to get the blends and washes and treatments and colors that she wants. She'll even do like the brushed tip. So that is like my new thing that I'm going to play with. Don't know if I'll video it a ton, but I want you guys to just go to Black Aneri, check it out. I will put a link to her channel. It's very unique. It's very painterly. What I like is that I'm not taking a tube of cheap paint, putting it on a palette and trying to mix my own colors. And the reason why I don't have to do that is because I had all these choices. I was on Temu. Temu still is in business, you know, with the whole tariff thing. You wonder. But they have local marketplace for the U.S. only. And I had a credit from something back, I don't know, maybe $5 credit. And I chose, of all of the choices, I did not go with the Languo. They are a pricier acrylic marker. I've already got these acrylic pens that are drying out, and so I didn't want to put the kind of money into it, since this is kind of a wishful thinking, not sure how far it's going to go and how much I will really use them. So I opted for kind of a happy medium. I bought this 120 set. It's called a free ink system, which was really, when I looked at Black Aneri, and then I watched, like I said, I spent hours watching videos of coloring with acrylic markers, and it seems like the heavier, thicker paint is harder to do, like the blending and all of the color variations. You can do layering, but it's the blending that was really intriguing to me. So anyhow, this is what I settled on, is the 120 set. It came in a cardboard box. I believe it was bubble wrapped. I popped off the box, undid the bubble wrap, and this is what we have. I will today, since this video is just the monthly review, we're not going to do the swatching. I've noticed that you get these extra nibs. Price-wise, let's see if I can do this quickly and not waste too much of your time. I should have brought it up. They are a little bit more expensive on Amazon, but not terrible if you're not comfortable with Temu. You certainly can go and find these on Amazon. They do. Some people say they dry out. Some people say they're great. So it's kind of like your mileage may vary. They are not hugely expensive. So I had a $5 credit, $5.76 or whatever. They were only $34, you guys. So for me, $34. It's a $30 minimum from this company. So I was able to just buy this one item and get my credit, and then pay sales tax, free shipping. So I got them to my door for $30.71, and I was very comfortable with that commitment. But here's the cool thing about this box. So it has on the back all of the colors. There are names and numbers. I have not analyzed the pens yet. I have been pretty distracted with tech stuff these days, but this all opens up, so they can be used as they are. There's these numbers. I already noticed right off the bat that this number says 730. It does not say 706. So there isn't, like, I'd have to fish around and see. So I don't know what color order these are in. So it's going to take me a little bit to get organized with them. I haven't even popped them open, but here they are, and they should just plain work. Can't tell you whether they'll work for long, but you can go on Amazon and see. I think they have thousands of reviews. So I thought, for playing around and exploring this medium as a potential more painterly technique, and to supplement my pencils and doing my pages. They're probably not light fast or anything, so it's not like I would use them for professional pencils, but they will certainly be a way to play with my painterly skill set, I guess. So I will probably be swatching these on the side, figuring out what color numbers there are, get that all organized, and then I will get to come back with my fish page here, and we will do the fish. The final fish will get done. Now the final, you'll see that these two fish were done with very few pencils or pens. So I will, and this is very detailed. So I'm probably going to keep them, but I love, see the creative markers only have a dozen and they're very vibrant. So I don't have lights, and hopefully I'll be able to do a little more with this fish because I have 120 colors, and I will do that all with you guys in real time. From there, I'm not sure where this little side jaunt is going to take me, and perhaps I will be able to do some painterly coloring with you guys. Now Black Canary, she does do pencils. She I don't know if she does all brands. I know I've seen some samples of her coloring with Artex and coloring pages, as well as Prismacolor. She's very, very good. So I can just aspire. I really love her style, and I'm very excited to just expand a little bit without a huge investment. I also didn't want to take up a bunch of space with these, which is why I'm like, I'm not getting any bigger than a typical pencil set of 120. So that is all I have for today. Now I get to go away and see if I can get this thing processed with my software using this newfangled technology that has all these different settings. So that's going to be exciting. So I hope I won't have any problems with that. And please hit the bell so that you will get notified of my next videos, because right now my schedule is really very, it's summertime, and we're doing some things. I have family here. I got to actually spend the 4th of July with family, and we had a nice fun meal. So everything's very different this summer. So bear with me. I will get my tech figured out so I can get back to the daily color, do all the YouTube things, like, share, comment, consider subscribing. Thank you all for joining me today, and welcome back if you are returning. I will see you on the next one, and everyone take care.